You're listening to The Dr. Shoup Show.
The doctor is ready to see you now.
Let's get back to improving your life with exclusive information and consultation. Here's Dr. Randy Shoup.
And every time I see you grin, I'm such a happy individual.
Well, can your brain make you fat? And as I was growing up, those kids, myself included, who carried around a little extra baggage with us all the time, we wouldn't actually tell anybody that we overate or we liked too many sweets. We always had a glandular problem. That was the key term. Everybody said, "Oh, you just got a glandular problem." Well, the glandular problem was his mouth. We kept shoveling too many groceries in it, and it started to pack on weight. But there's some new research out, two totally unrelated research projects that I came across, and I'm going to bring them to you. Here's the first one. Could eating foods sweetened with fructose make you hungrier than eating foods that contain glucose, natural sugar? The new study suggests fructose may rev up the reward circuits in your brain more, promoting a feeding behavior. Now, you remember, you and I have talked about the fact that Americans particularly, we throw high fructose corn syrup in just about anything and everything to sweeten it up. Americans have this massive sweet tooth. And that high fructose corn syrup tricks your body into thinking you're getting something that you are not. And your body goes, wait a minute, where's the energy supply here? Where's the nutritional supply here? And so it revs up your systems because the fructose gives your body a false promise. The researchers had 24 young men and women drink a beverage that contained either fructose or glucose. Then, using magnetic resonance imaging, they examined the brain responses when the participants were shown images of foods like chocolate cake. Activation in an area of the brain related to reward circuits was greater after consuming fructose drinks compared to the glucose drinks. The fructose drink also led to more reported hunger and a greater desire to eat high caloric foods. So this says that high fructose corn will rev up brain centers. Here's the second and unrelated. This is from the University of California at San Diego, and it was published in an online journal that's called the International Journal of Obesity. The brains of obese children have a higher response to sugar than those of kids with a healthy weight. The findings support the theory that obese children have heightened reward response to food and that their brains could be wired in a way that makes them crave higher amounts of sugar. Now, if this is the case from this research, now you give a kiddo that is pre-wired in his reward centers for higher food reward, you throw fructose on top of that. Now that sets the stage for an absolute epidemic of obesity. Guess what? We have an epidemic of obesity. About 1/3 of American children are overweight or obese, and that 80 to 90% of obese children become, guess what? Obese adults. And so, Here's the takeaway. Compared to healthy weight children, obese youngsters had a greater activity in the areas of the brain involved in perception, emotion, awareness, taste, motivation, and reward, all related to food. Any obesity expert will tell you that losing weight is hard and that the battle has to be won on the prevention side. This study should be a wake-up call that prevention has to start early to train children whose brains are wired for them to want a lot of food, to create alternative systems so where their brain kind of unlearns that food is really the hypersensitive great thing that it could be. So obese kids are pre-wired to have a greater reward center, especially for high caloric foods. You throw fructose on top of that. So the answer to the question, can your brain make you fat? Yes, it can. And now you heard it all from here, Uncle Randy of the Dr. Randy Shoup Show.
You're listening to the Dr. Shoup Show. Exclusive insider info, audio, and video is online now at ddsradio.com.